Hi, welcome everybody, and welcome back to the Health Bar. We are, I can't even believe, I think we're at episode 12. This is mad. Again, I am super stoked of how many people are watching this, listening. Big news for us this week. We've actually started putting the podcast out on Spotify. So they are now live on YouTube and Spotify. All the episodes aren't on Spotify yet, but they are going to be released every week or weekly or maybe 2 a week or something like that until we've caught up, and then they'll be exactly the same as Twitch and YouTube. So that's really exciting, especially to have it out on Spotify, which is crazy, which is super exciting. So as always with YouTube and Spotify, we always appreciate the subs, likes and comments. With an algorithm, it just helps. And again, we are very close to 100 subs on YouTube, which is awesome. So, okay. So this week we always start with my mental health. My mental health this week has actually been really good. I've had a very positive week. It was getting a little bit kind of nervous at the beginning of the week because we were actually going through a sleep program with my little one. Basically, he hasn't been sleeping very well, so I was a bit nervous at the beginning of the week because I didn't know how that was going to go. But at the moment, touch wood, it's going well. So yeah, my mental health has been pretty positive this week, which has been really nice. We always jump onto news. Now, I said this the other week to one of the guests the other week, and saying it is really hard to find mental health gaming news and finding new stuff about it. So I have been struggling trying to find some good stuff to kind of talk about. But I have recently found this article. It is American-based, but I believe, obviously, if it's American-based, it's going to be obviously coming over to the UK and then across the world. But it is basically saying, there's an article here, and it says, video games for mental health are coming. And it goes on saying that every year, 26% of American adults experience a mental health disorder. 26%. That's a lot, because there's a lot of them people that are not going to tell people about that they're having issues as well. That's anxiety, depression, ADHD, but that's every year, 26%. But anyway, the whole article goes on about that they're actually starting to make computer games for people that need help. So we all know that we can go to a therapist. Here in the UK, you can get put on a waiting list and go and see a therapist, and sometimes the waiting list is forever. You can go to group therapists. You can pay for therapists. It's expensive. And in America, obviously, that's really expensive because they don't have anything like the NHS. They have to do it themselves. But here, this article says, securing FDA permission to make a game, as therapy can be expensive, time-consuming, and a complicated process. So, the FDA green light also adds a level of credibility to a game that can make doctors more willing to recommend it, which I think's amazing. Like, it is so good. So, the article's there. I will pop it down in all the descriptions when this goes out. But it is exciting. This was dated. Let me have a look. Was dated in March of this year. So it is recent, which is great. And they say that they're expecting a release of some of the games in 2023, which is brilliant. So hopefully this will be a real push and positive in the gaming world, and obviously helping with everyone's mental health, even people that don't game. So really exciting news. I love finding things like that, because it just, it's awesome. Finding things like that is great. So, on to our guest. I am really excited to have Iron Hand Jay on. So I got introduced by the Shooty Loots. Iron Hand Jay came into one of our streams. It might have been Darth's or something like that, and then joins our Discord community It's Only Pixels, and yeah, we've had some awesome gaming together playing Tarkov, and it's just been a really nice part of our community. And he said he always wanted to come on and do the podcast, and we'll obviously hear from his side, but was a little bit kind of dubious because he didn't want to kind of, I suppose, open up. Everyone says, it's always hard to open up. And I'm the first to admit it. When stuff happened to me, it took me a while to open up. And as you can see from some of our guests before, it's taken years for people to open up. So we are super excited to have Iron Hand on. There would be no camera. It was going to be his avatar. But as I always say, I'm super excited. But I will let INJ kind of introduce himself. So where are we? We are there. Welcome. How are we doing?
Hello there. Hi. Thank you very much for having me on your podcast.
No, honestly, I'm super happy that you decided to come on. So I really am, and it's been nice because I do get people kind of obviously commenting on the podcast and things like that. But you have been every week messaging me or private messaging me and just saying that that they are really good, and it means a lot to me. It really does. So, and then to have you on is just it's even nicer.
Thank you.
No worries. So thank you. So yeah, let's you introduce yourself. Obviously, just let us know who you are. Obviously you're a streamer and what you do and game and then we can get into a little bit more nitty gritty with kind of other games and a bit of mental health.
Hi everyone, I'm IronHand_J. I am a variety streamer, but focusing mainly on escape from Tarkov. Currently, Tarkov is having a bit of a lull at the moment. Yep. It's a couple of weeks before the wipe happens. So I'm dabbling with things like Destiny 2 or strategy games like Rome Total War. I started streaming back in 2016, many years ago.
Even before me, way before me.
I just dabbled a little bit though, and I picked up an overlay and I picked a Streamlabs OBS desktop and I played some Destiny 2, and then there's some clips from me many years ago still on my channel. They're still there if you want to see them, but very long time ago. It's even pre-COVID, which is quite significantly.
Yeah, I know, right? It's crazy, isn't it? We were talking about this the other day, and I can't believe how long COVID actually was. How long ago it was.
It's terrifying how long COVID's been, really, and how much it's affected people. So
100%. It's been mad. So with you said you streamed at 2016. Were you streaming from your PC still?
It was still my PC.
Nice.
It was my PC, my old one. I've actually got on my shelf over there, which is going to be used for when my friends visit to do gaming.
Nice, I like that.
Destiny 2 is just when Shadowkeep, the Shadowkeep expansion was released back in 2017. I do apologise. 2017.
Nice.
That's when it was. My friend flew over from New Zealand.
Amazing.
And he was playing in the gaming room upstairs.
I love that.
And there's one specific dungeon I specifically remember, and that's one of the clips, and that's why I remember it's from 2016 or 2017 awesome. When I started streaming.
Nice. I love that. So have you met, obviously you met him through gaming?
Well, it was actually at university.
Okay.
I met him, and it was at the halls of residence, or the college dorms, I suppose, for the American people. And he said to me, it was actually through a mutual friend. He said to me, "Do you like gaming? Have you heard of this game, Command & Conquer Generals?"
Nice.
And I said, "No, I haven't." So the introduction to this game is so amazing. You have to go and see it. So he lived on the top floor of this hall of residence, this massive tower, and we ran up the tower, excited about this introduction sequence for Command & Conquer Generals.
I love it.
And that was the first time I met him. And since then, he's basically one of my two absolute best friends.
Oh, I love that.
And
yeah, when you meet people like that,
it
it's
was
awesome.
it was really difficult when he moved to New Zealand because obviously there's a massive time difference. But
Yep,
he loves the country
yep,
and he loves his girlfriend over there,
yep.
and he still visits occasionally. And he's visiting me in August and
Nice.
staying for an entire week. And we've been, especially with this COVID
Ugh.
pandemic that's happened, it's
Yes.
it's a massive deal that he's coming back over. And yeah,
That's awesome. I like that.
it's something I've worked towards over the last couple of years, thinking, right, I'm going to see my good friend, see my best friend,
Yeah.
or one of my best friends, and yeah, we
Yeah.
just click together, me and he. It's
I love when you find people like that. Like I love that. Like, and I think that's what streaming's done, especially for me personally, because I was always a gamer, like always. I mean, I've gamed forever, but like I've always kind of been a bit of a different, like, I love my outdoor sports. Well, not as much anymore, but I used to.
yeah,
So I used to play field hockey for East of England a long time ago, and BMX'd, skateboard. I don't skateboard that much, but skateboard, and then like snowboarding. So it's quite strange that and it is very stereotypical. So I apologize for anyone out there who it doesn't mean to offend anyone, but normally the people that snowboard, that are in the extreme sports, they tend to not game or stream or as much. And I know
think
that's
the whole kind of I'm thinking of from Futurama when they had Slurm with the Slurm. Have you seen Futurama?
I have seen it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
No,
know.
it's like the Slurm with the Slurm can and
Oh.
Extreme and all that kind of thing. And
But it is
yeah,
though. It is. It's literally
that's
like
the thing. Yeah.
it's kind of like I suppose in the American, when you see the American movies for us, like the jocks, like you kind of I'm supposed to be this kind of rad jock dude, whatever it is.
Well, the thing is,
But I'm
it's
an
like
I'm an
the
absolute
American
geek.
films.
Yeah, 100%. But I am.
Brought up in those films.
I am an absolute geek at heart. So finding
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
to play with, like games, was really kind of weird and difficult. So as soon as it kind of came online and I started playing online more, then I met this community and I met these people that were very similar to me, and I was like, this is amazing. And I love that. And the same, obviously, with yourself. Obviously, it was in person to start off with, but it's that click of someone, and again, that's why we've built this community that we're recently building, which is 8. And then again, I mean, it's the same thing. We would never have met you, which is crazy. So,
It's really weird how the world works, and if I hadn't
Yes.
clicked on that link on Twitch and I hadn't started speaking to a certain streamer,
Yeah.
that wouldn't have got me re-interested in Tarkov.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have then led me to. My mind always thinks, what if I hadn't clicked on that one
know.
thing? How would my life be different?
Yep. I do that quite a lot. It's weird, isn't it? Yeah, you always think back, what if, and it's not like what if, like, because my life, as I say, I've got the best little in the world. I've got the best other half. Like,
Yeah.
I am so lucky. But there's times like you think, like, I crashed the car like when I was young, and I put me in loads of debt, and like other things happened from it, and it was a real shitty time in my life, But I'm like, if I didn't have crashed that, where would I be? And it's weird, isn't it? You just think like, everyone does, doesn't it? Everyone thinks.
Well,
about
there's one really big part of my life when I was 12, and I don't get into detail about it, God no. But that one thing that I did made such a huge difference when it came to my sort of view on relationships
Yeah.
and view on women and things like that, and self-confidence and self-esteem was a massive thing.
Yeah.
This one tiny event, if I'd have decided, no, I'm not going to do that,
Yeah,
how would my life be different?
I know it's crazy. It is. It's
Blows my mind. I mean, Time's Arrow forever marches forward.
exactly.
But it's always interesting to think, well, if I'd have done that, how would things be different?
Yeah, very, very true. It is. It's a bit mind like staggering, isn't it? What ifs?
That
But
gift of
yeah.
the mind going boom is the one I I put in the chat. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously you are here on the podcast. I'm
Yes.
guessing for a reason.
Yes.
So as I mentioned before, you were kind of very, I suppose you wouldn't say nervous. I suppose I'm not really sure. Kind of, you weren't sure you wanted to be on the show, were you? So obviously, like, I am so happy you are, and how brave you are for doing this. Like, I, honestly, and I say this to everyone that comes on, I truly am. You know, because I've been through it all myself, so I know this. But you're so brave for wanting to come and do this and tell your story. So, I applaud you at the beginning of whatever we're going to talk about. I really do, and you know, so from obviously mental health side, like, did you have you suffered from obviously mental health issues before gaming, or did gaming kind of bring it on, or what's your kind of story and relationship with it?
One of the first memories of gaming I remember, I was very, very young, and I didn't sleep very well when I
Okay.
was young.
Yeah.
And when I was about 10, I remember going round to a friend's house and seeing on the Amiga computer
Yeah.
the game Aliens 3.
Yes. Oh my God,
No,
yes.
no, I hadn't seen the film, and I was brought up, and I didn't watch or play games that were kind of above my age
Yeah.
rating, that kind of thing. But seeing the alien was a bit kind of blew my mind a wee bit.
Yep.
But then seeing a chest burster
Yeah.
come out of a tiny sprite on a screen, I mean,
Yep.
it was basically nothing.
Yep.
And for the next 4 years, I slept with a cover over my head.
No.
That was kind of one of my earliest memories of gaming.
That's mad. 'Cause that shows you how much a game can affect someone at a young age.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my friend about one of my best friends as well when I was watching the new Doctor Strange film.
Yeah. No spoilers. Haven't seen it yet. No spoilers.
There are no spoilers, but it's by Sam Raimi, the Evil Dead director.
Oh, right.
And there was some scenes in the film which I'd go, I would not let my 12-year-old kid watch this.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Absolutely. If I was 12 and I saw that, it freaked me out, and I'm 38. It made me go, oh, crap, that looks awful. Oh, jeez, that's awful. So I was at the cinema, and I watched this. And I looked at this mum, who obviously brought along his, 12, 13-year-old child.
Yeah.
And this one moment in the film happened, and I thought, your child is going to be scarred for life.
It does.
Why bring a child to a film called Multiverse of Madness? It's not a child-friendly film.
No.
Again, it's just a different generation. That's
Yeah,
all it
it is now massively. I know it really is. Like my my other half, she her nieces basically, they are like 13, and they talk to me about, like, oh my God, like, we watched It and we watched this and I watched that, these horror films, and I'm like, what? Like, It for me was one of the scariest films I've ever seen in my whole entire life as a kid. Like, well, not as a kid, but as an adult. And I haven't even watched the new ones because I don't want to.
The first time I watched Alien, I was 23.
Yeah. It's mad, isn't it? It's mad.
Because that one moment in my childhood where I saw this tiny sprite and a tiny little sprite pop out for another little sprite made me look at that film and go, I just can't watch that film.
Yeah.
And all horror films and horror games with any kind of body horror, that's a nope. I go, absolutely nope. I'm noping out of this. I'm leaving straight away. Not at all. No chance.
That's funny. So that's cool though that you started off like then, because I'm kind of similar. Like I started on the Spectrum. For me, Spectrum gaming was where I started.
Oh my word! We had a Spectrum Plus 3.
Did you? I had a ZX Spectrum. Oh.
Yeah, and like games like Airborne Ranger was one of them.
Oh, it was so good.
Back when I was young, I saw that game and I thought it was absolutely incredible.
I know, right?
I'm going on this map, going all over the place. And I looked at it recently and I thought, wow, my young mind was blown away by that game.
It is, isn't it? Because loads of people say, like, I got the what is it? On Steam, I got the Mega Drive collection,
Yes.
or whatever it's called. It might not be called the Mega Drive because Mega Drive
Yeah,
was UK,
yeah, I know
wasn't
what you
it?
mean,
But
though. Yeah,
whatever it was called, or the Genesis collection because it's Genesis is
Sega Genesis collection.
Europe and America was Genesis,
Absolutely,
and
yes.
we had the Mega Drive. Very strange, but anyway. And I was like, oh my God, yes, I want to play some of these games. And I started playing some of these games thinking they're going to be the best games in the world. I remember them being so good. And I'm like, this is horrendous. But again, my little mind when I was young was like the best thing in the world. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's still some absolutely brilliant games like from the old school Sega,
Yes.
Nintendo. Like there are classics that I will go back to and play and play. Like as mad as they are, like Sonic and Mario, and I'll always go back. Like Mario 3, Yoshi's Island, all of them, amazing games, amazing.
Absolutely.
Games. So yeah, not all of them were bad.
Yeah, quite right.
So gaming obviously started young for yourself, and obviously, so. Any mental health issues prior, kind of, what you're doing now? Like, so where did your mental health issues like come from, if you don't mind bringing that up?
I used to get very obsessed about certain games.
Okay.
My Steam library. I'm just going to go to the present here.
Yeah.
My Steam library is absolutely filled with games.
Oh, really?
Filled with games. I've seen it on sale, and my friends played it for a bit, and it's like, wow, that looks like cool. I'll try that. I'll play that, and then it's just left in the virtual cupboard.
Yep.
For however long.
Yeah. Okay.
There's so many of them there, and I'm looking at it now and thinking, why did I buy that game? I never want to play that game. But it was just kind of that sort of dopamine rush.
Yeah, of course.
Having shiny new thing to play.
Yeah, definitely.
And the same for things like digital card games, Hearthstone. Big boom, dopamine rush.
Yeah.
Loot box, Overwatch, boom, dopamine rush.
Yeah.
All that kind of thing. I did play games like Magic the Gathering when I was younger. So that kind of rush of opening real physical cards.
Yep.
I could transfer this over to the digital version. It's so easy to just I'll just click a button. Something. I'll click this button to open it. Oh, new shiny thing. Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah.
And that's how it used to be for me.
Yep. Yep.
Which is it's tough.
Yes, definitely. So did you realise that was an issue then? Obviously not.
No, right. Absolutely not. Not stop.
Yeah. So you just kind of carried on as normal, and when did you kind of realise, or what happened? Because obviously with myself, like mine was a build up and I had a breakdown and it was a big explosion. With me, was it similar to you, or?
It's hard to tell, to be honest, because when I left university, I was drinking a lot.
Right.
When I left university, I was living with my parents.
Yep.
And they saw that I was, but that I'm not sure they really knew how to really approach it.
Okay.
So it was just that transition from being a student,
of course,
partying, learning, meeting new people in a big city in down south.
Yep.
Compared to then moving back to where I am now, which is a smaller city, more of a large town kind of vibe.
Yep.
And it was a real shock to the system, and I really struggled to fit in.
Fit back into a of course.
Fit back in, and then get a career and that sort of thing. So
Yeah. So then obviously drink didn't obviously help any situation, I suppose.
No. I vividly remember having like bottles of Sambuca and vodka and whiskey by the side of my computer.
Right, okay.
Just there.
Yeah.
Just there. And I even joked about with a friend of mine many, many years ago, and I said, I'm going to give you the recipe for a Forever Alone cocktail.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it's Sambuca and vodka, Jägermeister and Red Bull.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Fair enough.
And so I've been brought up. I've had quite a bad alcohol problem.
Right. Okay.
So, I've got a bad relationship
Right.
with alcohol, really.
Okay.
I've always attributed to, well, if I'm going to game, I'll have a drink.
Right.
If I'm
Okay.
going to go out to a nightclub, I'm going
Yeah.
to have a drink. I need to have a drink to have a good time to be social.
Right.
And that's
Okay.
kind of just spiraled out of control.
Yeah. I can see that. It's actually interesting. I can definitely see that happening with yeah. I know a lot of people that I used to game with, and every time you kind of jump on, they'd be like, "Oh, I'm just opening a Jack Daniels or whatever it is," and I'm like thinking to myself, this is like, I don't know, midweek, and which for me was seemed a bit weird, but for them it was the norm. I suppose it's kind of similar to yourself, as you say, you turn the computer on and maybe pour yourself a drink and start gaming.
The big problem is, I have never had a hangover.
Oh wow, okay.
I always joke with people that my superpower is I will never ever have a hangover.
Wow. And is that, obviously, I'm guessing that's, I suppose, just your metabolism, your build, your everything, I suppose.
Hell, maybe. I mean, I'm 6'4". I'm
Oh, wow,
18,
okay.
18.5 stone.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
I mean, for my 30th birthday, I
Yeah.
remember going out, going to a pub, getting Jaeger bombs,
Yep.
just bashing them all back. Going to another pub, having 4 aftershocks for my 30th birthday.
Yeah.
Then the next thing I remember in my memory is my head over a toilet, throwing up,
Wow.
panicking,
Yeah.
banging on the door, saying, "I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry for this."
Oh wow.
Next
Okay.
thing I remember, in the car, my trying to get a contact lens out of my eye, and the police had pulled us over because we turned down the wrong road for whatever reason,
Yeah.
turned down the wrong way street or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But my friend who was designated driver had done that.
Yeah.
And next thing I remember, it's the morning, it's 9 a.m.,
Yeah.
and I'm absolutely fine.
Wow. Okay. That's
And I'll go for a Mackey's breakfast.
that's mad. But then I suppose that doesn't help though, does it? Because
No, it doesn't, because you feel invincible.
yeah, definitely.
And you've got to keep you just feel like, well, I don't get hangovers. I'll have all the fun times,
Yeah.
and then there's no after effects because
Yeah.
people tell me and say, I had a glass of wine, I had a headache all day on the Saturday. I'm like,
And you're like, I'm fine.
no, why? I don't understand.
That's mad. So how's
don't understand
your how's your relationship with alcohol now?
Um,
If you don't mind me asking, obviously,
Not as good as it's better than it was,
Yeah.
but not as good as it could be.
Right. Okay.
I've got a big goal at the moment. I want to go to America next year to
Okay.
see all of my friends from the streams.
Nice.
So the Shooty Loots
Yeah.
and Kung Pao Jenner and Zachary Binks
Amazing.
and people like that.
Yeah.
So I actually have a goal now to lose about 1.5 stone by the end of the year.
Oh wow.
The key thing is, because I have this goal in place,
Yep.
I can fixate on that and go, right,
Yeah.
this has to be done.
Yeah.
You
Of
have
course.
to do this by this date.
Yep.
And that's what I look for. That's what I look for in games as well, generally. That's why I can't do games like Minecraft.
Yeah.
Minecraft is completely alien to me.
Yeah.
Right, I'm in the field. Okay, what do I do?
What do I do? Yeah.
Anything you want.
Yeah. That doesn't
Right.
help me. Yeah.
I can help. Build a house.
Yeah.
Oh, now what do you do?
Yeah.
Right. I'll just keep digging down and fight
Yeah.
things because
Exactly. Yeah.
that's what we do. So
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. That's exciting though for next year. That's really exciting. That'll be
oh yeah, it's going to be probably July, August next year. I'm going to start saving towards that. So
nice. Oh well, there you go. That gives you, as you say, something to fixate on a little bit, which can then take
Absolutely,
away,
yes.
which could be really good for you. So, so mental health wise, so obviously drinking is obviously doesn't help with your mental health, I guess. What has gaming helped?
So gaming did help because I had a very low self-esteem
Okay.
and low confidence when I was younger because of this incident that happened when I was 12.
Okay.
So I always tried to reach out to people online
Yep.
to speak to them and make friends that way.
Okay.
And one of the best examples there is World of Warcraft was an absolute.
Right.
It just blew my mind. This
Okay.
game, World of Warcraft, and I was the best example of it. Really, there's a friend of mine who we were doing a dungeon together,
Yep.
and we started sort of typing in the chat and that kind of thing, and we just started. We'd gotten quite well.
Yep.
And we did more dungeons together and that.
Nice.
And she is a streamer now in
Okay.
Denmark.
Oh wow.
And that was back when Wrath of the Lich King was released back in 2005, 6, 7, 2009.
Oh wow. Okay. Nice.
So we still keep in touch.
Oh, that's cool.
And we're still friends, and we still have these little in-jokes
That's
that we still
cool.
have with each other.
I like that.
So that's one example, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. So obviously, World of Warcraft though from one of my other podcasts earlier, World of Warcraft, someone has told me that it was very good, but also very toxic. Is that true?
Yes.
Right.
I always play as support classes when it comes to games.
Okay.
Always play a healer in Overwatch when I do that.
Okay.
In Destiny, I play a warlock who has healing wells
Okay.
to put down, heal themselves.
Getcha.
And
So-
in fact, Team Fortress 2 played the medic. And if there was any way of playing a healer in Tarkov, I'd do that.
So
I've
for
always
people
been-
that don't know, if they're listening, they're wondering what a healer or a health class is. It is basically that you kind of have a healing ability, or you have healing magic powers, or you have med kits on you. So if anyone gets injured, you're the person that is helping. You as a support, you help.
Yeah.
Heal, you help. So a lot of support people are like tanks as well, so they can take a lot of damage. They don't give a lot of damage, but then they can help heal people at the same time.
Yeah.
That gives you a bit of an understanding for people.
I'm not a leader of people. I don't like to stand up in front of people.
Okay. Yep.
I like to do all of the things in the background.
Yep.
Do all of the admin, all of the mechanics, get all the gears working, make sure things are okay.
Yep.
If someone takes the credit, that's all cool. I'm
Yep.
good with that.
Yep.
But I know that what I did
Was
made a difference.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. I like that. I get that. I play. Sometimes I play Smite, and a mate of mine, he loves being a healer, and I've done it a few times, and it's that thing, isn't it? Of you win. You are not top of the table. You didn't get as many kills. You didn't get that, but your team won, and you helped your team win.
Yeah.
Same with Rainbow Six. So I play a game called Rainbow Six Siege for the people that don't know, and there are people on that I've recently started playing as, a person called Echo, and he has a drone that you fly around and you just scan the enemy when they come in. So my whole team knows where the enemy is, like, all the time.
Oh, wow.
And for me, I really enjoy that. I mean, I look at the leaderboard and I'm pretty much at the bottom nearly every time because I don't have all the kills, but my whole team has the kills because they know where the enemies are. So it's a support character like that, and it's great. It's really, really good fun.
You love playing support characters in those kind of games.
Yep.
Yeah. My other best friend, I've known him since I was 12,
Okay.
and now I'm 38.
Yeah. That's a long time.
We always make a big joke in Overwatch where he plays Diva and I play Mercy.
Okay.
And I'm his healer girlfriend. That's how I play.
Yeah.
I mean, I do occasionally dabble in DPS and tanks and stuff in Overwatch.
Yep.
But in support, always Mercy or always
Nice.
any kind of healing class. That's always what I want to do in
Okay.
gaming.
So going back to, so that's what you were doing in World of Warcraft, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So obviously we were talking about it being toxic.
Oh, yeah. The trying to work out mechanics of the game for various boss encounters was quite a big thing when it comes to World of Warcraft.
Right. Okay.
And with being a healer, I felt like a lot of the responsibility was on my shoulders.
Right. Okay.
And if someone died, I
Yep.
fucked up.
Right. Okay.
And if I fucked up, I ruined everybody else's gaming experience.
So is that what you thought, or is that what people were saying?
That's what I thought.
Right. Okay.
I thought, right, if this person dies, I
Yeah.
have ruined this other person's gaming experience.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. Did you then? So, because that's quite a lot to put on your shoulders.
Yes, it is.
That's
Yeah.
a lot to put on your shoulders. But did anyone then? Were people not like? Because obviously, you saying that to me now, like if we went and played Tarkov and like
Yeah.
you accidentally shot me or something like that, I wouldn't care. But then
No.
would you still? Because for me, I'd be like, don't worry about it. Like it doesn't matter. But would you still then feel guilty now?
At this point, my mental health is a lot more stable.
Nice. Okay, that's
Now,
good. That's really good.
But previously, if I would never have played Tarkov,
Right.
not at all,
Okay.
because I don't want to lose these pixels I've gained.
Right. Okay. I get you.
And then if I team killed someone, I wouldn't sleep for the night
Oh,
because I'm
wow.
thinking, holy shit, what does this person think of me? Ah,
Wow. That's mate. That is loads to take on. Like
Yeah.
low. But did anyone then kind of? I don't want to use the word bully because it's not. But did anyone kind of like comment on things like that you'd done, or was it just in?
I always said when I was doing one particular person always said I was when we were talking on Discord for
Uh-huh.
a game, and I was like stressing out when I was like tapping the buttons and going, oh shit, we need to heal, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. And I was stressing other people out because
Right.
I was stressed, thinking they were going to be mad at me for them dying.
Right. Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
I was like, oh, and looking back now, I think, holy crap, what was wrong with me?
There's nothing wrong with you. That's the thing. Like this
but
is.
that's the thing. There isn't anything wrong. I shouldn't have been feeling like that. It's surreal. Why did I put myself through that kind of torture? I suppose.
Yep. And community as well. I always think that sometimes when you're in these communities, like so again, I can only go on obviously what people have told me, and and the podcast and the guests that I've had on, and it's some people, like they were talking about like VR chat, and the community that they were in were toxic. But it's one of them things it's toxic, but you think you can kind of get through it, and then you realize how toxic it was to you when you're out of it. And it's the same with, again, one of the other guys who was talking on the podcast and saying that he was in esports, and how toxic they actually are once he wasn't able to be as good as he used to be. They then started turning on him and being toxic, and then he realised how toxic he probably was to other people. And it's such a, I don't know, it's really hard, isn't it? And I think everyone, you need to find, for gaming should be your happy place. That's
Yes.
what games are there to do. Obviously, yes, it's in the news, like we said today, like with regards to some of the games that hopefully be coming out in the future. They're going to be there for your mental health and things like that. But
Yes.
majority of games are there for you to sit down and relax and enjoy.
Having said that, yes. I look at games like Dark Souls 2,
Yep.
and I go, why would you play that game? You're just being killed over and over and over again.
See, I agree with you on that. I couldn't play games like that. I couldn't.
Yeah, another friend of mine said, oh, are you streaming that hide in the cupboard simulator again?
Yeah.
And I said, what? Yeah, fuck off. I said, it's not really.
Do you know
It's
what?
just-
My mates, they literally, and it is the funniest thing because I can take a joke and I'm fine with it, They always call it, and for the people that are not in England, they probably, or not in like United Kingdom, won't understand it. But it's they call it Tescoff, because they think it's Tesco that you go out and use, or an eBay simulator, because you're literally just moving stuff around in your hideout and buying and selling stuff on a flea market, and so they call it, oh my god, you're playing Tescoff again, and like
Even online is a spreadsheet simulator.
yeah.
Yeah, you could walk into you could walk into a businessman's office and go, "Oh, he's doing some work," and he's just like doing
Yeah.
corporation stuff on Eve Online or something. 'Cause it's all spreadsheets and graphs and percentage points and that sort of thing.
It is. It's funny. It is. So, but then this is it, isn't it? And like this is kind of why, obviously, you kind of, obviously we don't know your whole story, but we know obviously things have happened and things have gone on, and obviously your I suppose your coping mechanisms have been drinking, and then obviously gaming, and things
Yes.
like that. Maybe, and has gaming been? When you gamed, were you gaming healthily or was it unhealthy at the beginning?
So, what do you mean by healthily or unhealthily?
So as in kind of like not gaming addiction, but as in kind of you would, you know, yeah, literally every spare minute you had, you jumped on, and it was not healthy, and then your work was suffering or that type of thing.
So, during my 20s, my routine was work,
Yeah,
come home,
yeah,
go on the treadmill,
yeah.
play World of Warcraft, do my dailies.
Right, okay.
And that's all I did.
Well, the good thing is you went on a treadmill. That's good.
Oh yeah, it was walking for 45 minutes, but still,
Ah, yeah, but
it
it's
was.
yeah,
But then the focus of my day was always on.
always
Right,
on.
I've got to do these
Yeah,
dailies for the grand tournament for Wrath of the Lich King, whatever it was.
yeah,
Right, and if I do this, and then I'm walking back from walking from work, and I think, well, if I do this daily, or maybe get that item and things like that. So
right.
yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah. So obviously now though, obviously things are better, and because you spoke about this on stream the other week, and we all kind of jumped in your stream and we gave you your first hype train, and it was one of the best things I have ever kind of seen and witnessed,
I,
and
I absolutely remember. Yes,
it was
yes,
so wholesome that,
yeah.
and you were mentioning that kind of, obviously, if I say it slightly wrong, obviously please jump in and, tell me, but you were saying kind of how that you had like a baddish community with gaming, and then you've kind of met up with some amazing people and joined different communities now, and you are
Yes.
having like the best time and experience
Yeah.
at the
My
moment. And
my first experience of Twitch was with a friend of mine who it was a very toxic friendship.
right, okay,
Me, I don't think he understood that he wasn't a good, but he had a lot of mental health issues as well. But I don't think
right,
he was confronting them or
right,
dealing with
okay,
them
yeah,
properly
okay,
because he had, and again, it might have been part on me as well for kind of. Anyway, yeah,
yeah,
it was quite a bad experience on Twitch the first time that I supported my friend here in the
right,
city, in the town I live in,
yeah.
and he, of 3 years or so, I supported him, and then he just kind of didn't explain himself. And then I got drunk, and I basically lashed out at him, messages typed out on Discord, and
Right,
I don't
okay.
know, and I've considered reaching out to him again, but
Yeah.
then I think, well, I don't want to.
This is
There's no reason for me to.
the thing is, I've always said this, like there is always going to be people in your life that are toxic. It's
Yeah.
just going to happen, and it's for you to then kind of escape or kind of grow. And from the sounds of things and the sound of, I'd say, this stream that I remember so vividly of you literally like,
Yes. I remember the messages popping up saying, "This is exactly what we need." And
and
I was in tears on stream
yeah, you
talking about
were,
it.
you were,
I
and
really
it
did.
was the nicest thing, and I kind of felt so happy for you that you have now kind of, I don't know, like I only know you for however long, and
Yeah.
but it seems that you at the moment seem in a very good place, like with the community and the communities that you're in and the games you play, and you seem very positive. And also as well, I really like the fact that you are very open with your mental health, even on on stream, and also as well in the Discord chats. You are saying, look, I'm not having a good day today, or and I love that, because and this is what I said to you before when we first started this, and you were a little bit worried of what you wanted to say and what you didn't want to say, and I, and I say this every week, but if anyone had any similar or anything that they think that happened to me or that's happening to me or anything at the moment, and we're talking about it, and it just hits a nerve, and they want to do something, and that to me, like, again, you guys being brave enough to open up. If it reaches one person and that helps, this helps one person, then we are doing something amazing.
Absolutely, yes.
Absolutely. And so as I say, for you, kind of, everyone's life, and I say this again, everyone's lives are so different. They're so different. From childhood to adulthood to jobs to where we live, how we live, it's so different. But people that struggle with mental health, we have got this we are very similar at some point in our life, where we all think, and the maddest thing is we all think we're going through that one thing by ourselves, and no one's ever gone through it ever.
I've always thought that. Yes, always thought that. I've always thought I was the only person who would be stressing about other people, what they thought of me, and if I let them down when I was gaming and things like that.
Yep.
And talking about going back to the healer thing in there in World of Warcraft.
Yep.
I mean, there were times when I started doing a raid, and I was on Discord with, say, 24 other, or say maybe 15 other people or so.
Yeah.
And I was close to tears, thinking, right, I can't do this. I don't even want to try this boss, because I know I'm going to let you down, and if I let you down, you're going to hate me, and I don't need to hate me, so I'm just going to leave the raid.
That's such a pressure, and that's such a horrible place for you to think that you're in, which is, and yeah, that's got to be so hard, and as I say, on your mental health, that has just got to be like, if that was me, that happening, and I felt that way, every day, it would just pound me down.
Yeah.
So for you to kind of now start coming out of the other side, which I believe you have.
Yeah. Another good example, really, is when I was playing Tarkov with some friends here.
Yeah.
In my hometown.
Okay.
And I messed up.
Yeah.
Because we were doing Lighthouse, going for a specific Tarkov thing. I didn't know Lighthouse particularly well. We were doing a quest.
Yep.
On Lighthouse. They both died, and I panicked, thinking, I need to get out. I don't know this map. I need to get out.
Yeah.
And one of the people just left the chat, and the other person gave me, for about 15 minutes, a massive stern talking to about Tarkov.
Wow.
Well, that I was a coward for not pushing to try and get their stuff.
What?
That was the one thing. That was the thing that made me go, right, I need to find some other people to game with.
Mate, that's ridiculous.
I mean, at the end of the day, and this person was going through a hell of a lot, and I've spoken to them recently, and we're still good, and we are friends.
Yeah,
we're fine. This, I'll tell you, I'll talk to you about this off stream.
Yeah.
So I understand their anger, but it just maybe that was just in the UK the straw that broke the camel's back.
It's really weird, isn't it? Because me and Darth on my very first episode, very first podcast, we talked about this, and when I had my kind of first ever real panic attack, like the breakdown, the start of it all, and so I was driving, and sorry for people that heard the story like multiple times, but I was driving in a car and or in my van, and the two lanes were merging into one. And I was in the lane that wasn't merging, and this woman was pushing in, like she literally came flying down, pushed in, and there was no lie, there must have been an inch between our vehicles, and she just didn't care, this woman, and it just threw me, right, and that really affected me and made that was the kicker, right, that was it wasn't obviously the reason why I had my anxiety attack and the breakdown. There was a lot of things happening in the background and that had been going on for months, but that was the one thing that tipped me over the edge, right?
I mean, I don't think this person's ever going to see the podcast, but if you do,
no, yeah.
I'm looking forward to playing with Tarkov with them again, because I can message them and said, look, the time I've spent when you haven't played Tarkov because you've had other gaming or other commitments,
Yeah.
I've improved as a player, and
Yeah.
I really have
Oh, yeah.
because I game with teams a lot more now. So I'm
Yeah.
saying I want you to be impressed by
Yeah.
how efficient I am in Tarkov.
But
Again.
the maddest thing is though, as yes, these people were having a row with you,
Yeah.
but and we keep saying this, you kind of like obviously you do know what this person was going through, but like going back to my, I didn't know if that woman was having a bad day, and she herself was having the worst day ever, or she is having a panic attack, or she is just an arsehole. Like there are going to be people out there that are just arseholes, but you just don't know what these people are going through. And there's a lot of them. Darth put this on the head. He reckons it was something. He believes that the world is 99% good people, and there's 1% that are just true arseholes and they don't care and they want to see the world burn. So it's just a bad day. That person may have just had a bad day and they've just lashed out, and that's it.
That one thing that happened in Tarkov there, that's what then made me go, right, I need to find more new people to play with.
Yeah.
I thought these people are never going to never going to want to game with me again.
Yeah.
So that's what made me go, right, look on Twitch. Right, Twitch, who plays with viewers?
Yeah.
Right, this person here. Right, okay. Do you do game with viewers? No. Right, move on to the next person. When did you do game with viewers? And that's how I found Jenna's community. That's how I found Zane and Katie.
Leech,
That's how I found It's Only Pixels.
Yeah.
And now, if I want to do a raid with anybody, I've got, let me count Discord. 1, 2, I've got 4 different Discord servers, 5 even, I suppose.
Yeah.
That I can say, does anyone want to raid?
And I love that. And we've mentioned this a lot on this podcast. And like, I truly think like the gaming community and Discord especially has been brilliant for connecting people. Yes, again, as I always mention, there is always toxic groups out there. There is always groups that you don't want to go into. There's always Discords that you don't want to get involved with. I mean, it's always up to you, obviously, where you go and what you do. But there is a lot of not good out there, but the positive always beats the negative. And
yes.
For you, as you say, like it's, you've got now these great kind of tools, and I mentioned this again last week or the week before, that you can, and it is the age we're in now, and obviously you and me being a little bit older, I've always found it a little bit odd, I suppose, and a bit difficult because, like again, I'm especially old school, that this online gaming, this online chatting was never around when we kind of were kids and young. And
do you remember MSN Messenger?
Oh, mate, 100%.
Yahoo Messenger.
Oh, Yahoo
AOL
and
Messenger.
MSN. Yes.
All the chat rooms in school, when you were in school, type away in chat rooms.
It was so bizarre and so alien to us.
It was the wild west of the internet.
It really was. Yeah, really was. And then now, like, I like, it just blows my mind that when my little one is older, like, he's only 1. Like when he is like, I even look at my nephews, and my nephews are like 7 and 9. Yes. Like the world that they're coming into is like, wow, and they're already on Discord for like school. They're like emailing homework, and I'm like, it is crazy. So. For me, it still has always been a bit alien. I mean, now it's not, but getting into it was so bizarre. But the world has changed so much that, and again, this is massive for mental health. I believe there is always people out there that you can talk to. So yes. there is never, I know you feel alone. Like I truly know you feel alone, even though you're not. Like I went through it. I felt like I was the loneliest person ever, and I had my other half, my family. They were all there for me. I just felt alone.
You don't think, why do I feel alone when I've got all these happy things around me?
Yeah.
There's no reason for me to feel
exactly
alone. But
exactly.
That's just the way the human brain works, and we just have to deal with that.
And that's why I struggled to get out of bed. I struggled to get in the shower, and I'm sure it was the same for yourself. You struggled to then, maybe not drink. You kind of go, right, well, I need a drink to kind of just pick myself up. And and realistically now, I know, and it's the same as you. Like, I can come onto the computer, and if Mrs. says, "Look, I'm going to watch some TV tonight or whatever," I'm going to watch some rubbish that you definitely won't want to watch if you want to go up and game or whatever. And okay, cool. And I know that I can come on, I can jump on any of the multiple Discords that I'm on and go, "Does anyone want to play anything?" And there'll be someone saying yes.
Yes.
There is
Absolutely.
always someone. And I'm not saying games are, and this is a big thing, I don't want people to think that games are the way to help. They help some people, and they also are really toxic for other people. And there are people out there that have quit gaming, quit streaming because it's been bad for their mental health. So I'm not telling people this is the way. I'm saying that there are places that can help. And Discord is a great way of kind of meeting people.
Gaming is a relaxation for me because I was never into watching sports when I was younger.
Yeah,
I can't understand going to a stadium and cheer for 22 people kicking a pigskin around.
See, I don't understand. Well, I do understand football, but I don't. I don't support anyone. I don't anything. I'm very similar to you, and I mean, I've been to watch football matches. Like, my dad's massively into football, and and I've been to see, like, when I lived in Italy, I went to the San Siro about like 5-6 times, and I've seen AC and Inter Milan play. I've seen Champions League games there, and so I've seen some, and I love to see a good game. But I'm the same as you. I'm not I don't get it.
how some a footballer kicking a ball thousands of miles away can impact your day the next day and make you sad.
Yeah.
But then that happens in gaming.
Yeah,
if you have a really shitty day of raiding and you haven't got that boss down, the next day you're going to be in a really shitty mood and go, and someone will say, "What happened to you?" And you can't just say, "Oh, we didn't kill the World Breaker last night.
So
we failed the third DPS phase." You can't say that.
They do not get it.
You could say, "Oh yeah, my football team I support lost last night.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry to hear that, man. All the best. Hope you have a good day." You can't say. You can't just say.
I got killed in every raid I did last night.
Say something. Nikita fucked me over in Tarkov last night. I'll go.
What are you talking about? Who's Nikita? Exactly.
What's a Tarkov?
And that shows you, like, how, and that's actually really interesting you saying that, because it shows you how niche we really are, but then also as well, it is in gaming industry is in the billions.
There's talk about gaming going into the Olympics at some point.
There is gaming already in the Commonwealth Games for this year.
Yes, that was on one of your previous podcasts, I think. Yes,
which is amazing, which is so good. But then I just hope they get the same. And I understand the argument, because again, I am BMX, snowboarding, skateboarding, and people have said that they should be in the Commonwealth Games before gaming. People sitting on their bums is what one of the BBC people said. And I do get that, but then
it's skill-based.
It's skill-based, and it's a sport.
Darts.
And I want, this is a personal thing. I want to see it grow. And, if you look, and people won't understand this, and somebody who listened to my podcast last week, they said, "Oh, it's a bit technical for me." Like, I didn't really understand some of it, but then that's gaming, and sometimes that happens. And, and this is, but then if you look at some of the state, i.e., look at the Fortnite World Cup when it happened and Booga won, right? Yeah. That stadium was so full, it was bigger than on most football matches you would ever go to. And people don't understand that. And for gaming to then be pushed into the Commonwealth Games or Olympics or anything like that, I think people will start realising and going, "Oh, actually, this is maybe bigger than we thought."
Yeah. It's skill based. Like dart is skill based. Yep. Golf is. Those aren't physical games.
Nope.
You don't have to be a big burly man to swing a golf club.
No,
You
don't
don't
have
have
to.
to.
No,
I mean, you don't have to be a big bird man to throw a dart. I mean, clearly it helps because there's drinking
the
involved
drinking
in it.
culture behind darts. Yeah, exactly.
That's not
Wow.
a sport,
Yeah.
but people say it's a sport.
Like
So
pool. Look
yeah,
at people play pool.
yeah,
You know, snooker's a bit different, but it's still very similar. But pool is like such a skill-based game, and you see some of the biggest people, like massive, and then the skinniest. You know, you could be as weak as possible and still be one of the best pool players in the world.
yes. Is that a sport?
Yeah.
Then you'd say.
Exactly. So I agree, and yeah, I am excited about the future for gaming. We just got to see kind of where it really goes. But so jumping kind of just back on, like we're gonna kind of finish up in a minute, actually, if that's cool with you, because but is there anything else you kind of want to say, bring up, something you haven't mentioned? I always go to ask this for every podcast, and I've always kind of forgotten. So it's quite nice that I can kind of bring this up and ask if there's any final thoughts or anything you want to say to people that are, you know, that are going through something similar or been through something similar or something you haven't mentioned yet or anything like that.
I'm not streaming to. I don't want to rule the world as a streamer. I don't want to grow a massive community streaming.
Yep.
All I want to do when I stream is stream to a handful of people who come along and want to watch me game.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like thousands of people watching me and have that kind of pressure of people watching and chat flying forward,
Yeah.
flying upwards or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Twitch has allowed me to connect with people like yourself and people in America. I'm going to visit people in America next year.
Yeah, it's amazing.
3 months ago, I had no idea who these people were.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so Twitch, Tarkov, any kind of gaming, it brings people together.
Yes.
And that's absolutely incredible.
Yep. Yep. I love, and it's true. You know, gaming does bring people together. Yeah, streaming, watching streamers, you know, it does bring people together, and yeah, yeah, for everyone, yeah.
But a friend of mine, a couple of years older than me, said this is on a WhatsApp chat because we have a hobby group. We're doing some like Warhammer gaming and things
nice.
like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I said, I'm doing a Twitch stream of Escape from Tarkov, and they said, "What's a Twitch stream?" And I said, "Oh, people like come and watch me play a video game."
Yep.
And I said, "Oh, what's that all about?" And I said, "Well, they pay me."
Yeah.
And like, "Oh wow, really? Wow." Then the eyes perked up.
Honestly,
off there. So
people don't. It's so strange how people, yeah, don't get it. Like I've got family members that still don't understand it, and you know, like it's just mad. Like they don't get it. But you. Yeah, it's weird. They don't get it, but then as soon as you say, "Oh, you make money from it," or you know this or that, then they're like, "Oh, really?" You know, it's which yeah.
It feels like you're contributing now because you're making money from this.
I know,
hobby.
right? Yeah, exactly. So, but Ironhand, thank you. Like honestly, for coming on. As I say, like it is really brave of you to do it because I know.
I could keep talking. We could just talk all day.
But
I
see,
feel like about these kind of topics. Yeah.
But this is what I say. I want these like podcasts to be a chat. I want you to feel comfortable. I want you to kind of like talk about what you want to talk about. Like, and that's it. Like we could easily chat and talk forever. And you know, and what I said before, like if anyone has had any issues, you know, mental health wise, gaming wise, anything like that, and they see this or listen to this podcast and go, you know, I'm kind of struggling, and this is your call out to go and speak to someone. You know, you're never alone. You know, there is always someone there. Like I know, like as you say, like Ironhand, like you're still obviously you're not as good as you want to be with obviously alcohol, but you're better.
Yes.
You know, and it's that saying, isn't it? Like your troubles are not at the bottom of a bottle. You know, like there's no answers at the bottom of a bottle. And that is that's a big thing with people that drink and you know things like that. And it's the same. There's loads of different issues and things that people can have. And you just have to remember you are not alone. You can talk to someone.
Please reach out if you are feeling unhappy, anything like that. Please do not let it fester. Do not do what I did.
Exactly.
Do not turn to alcohol to smother those problems. Please do not do that. It does not work.
No. And it is. It's true, and it is. And it's the same with anything from alcohol to drugs to to self-harm to anything. There, as I say, there are people out there that you can talk to. You really can. And I always say this, even if it's not to like myself, and I've said this multiple times, like I want this podcast so people can listen to it and hear, think they're not alone, and then go and talk to someone that they know. Or if they're not happy with talking to someone that they know, talk to some random person, on a Discord chat that you feel comfortable with, or I just reach out to someone, family, friends. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just getting that ball rolling, and it is the hardest thing ever, is to start talking. It really is. And I'm not doing these podcasts and thinking that I've been through it. I'm not one of these people that have got a podcast and I'm going, let's talk about mental health, and I've never had it. I have been through everything that most people are trying to go through with mental health issues, and you're definitely not alone. And I know it is the hardest thing ever to talk to someone, but definitely try and go and do it.
Fantastic.
Definitely. So Ironhand, thank you so much. Honestly, and considering you were nervous and worried about coming on, I hope it's been a good thing for you, and I hope it's.
I think it's been really good to get that message out about gaming.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing. So yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Stick around, Ironhand. I'll come and talk to you after. Obviously after we're done. Guys, Ironhand, thank you so much, and we'll chat to you in a minute as I just sign off. All right, guys, amazing. Like this, and I do say this a lot. Like, he is so brave for doing this. So brave. Like, he mentioned at the beginning he never wanted to come on the show, but like loved the idea, and he struggled, and then. Then it was kind of like he was going to do something else, and then literally I only spoke to him like this week, and he was like, "Do you know what? I'm gonna want to come on," and that's it. Then that's where we are today. That he was happy and brave enough to come on and talk to us about what's been going on in his life and the struggles that he's had, and how gaming has also been very toxic for him, but. There is the light at the end of the tunnel that he is, at the moment, and I love it. I absolutely love it. like, and so this is kind of what the podcast is all about to me. Is I mean, that shows you there. Like, Ironhand was struggling to kind of like open up and talk, but now he's kind of opened up and talked a little bit more, and kind of. Experience. Hopefully that's going to help him a little bit more. Also, as well, for people hearing his story, it's going to help other people. But I do. Like, I really appreciate him being on. I really, really do. It means a lot. It means a lot to me, and obviously, I'm sure it does to him. So, guys, as always, if you have listened and watched this, I appreciate it so much. Please think about subscribing. It doesn't cost anything. It just helps us do this and get more out and get people seeing this more. Anyone that subscribes and shares, to YouTube, to Spotify, it's just going to get this podcast out there further for more people to see and for more people to listen to and understand that they are not alone. And gaming can help, it can hinder, it can do both. And this is what we're here for, the stories to tell everyone that. So. As always, again, thank you so much. Thank you to Ironhand. Thank you for you guys. I hope everyone has an awesome week. We will see you next week with the next podcast. So take care of yourself. And as always, look after your mental health.